Hello everyone. Welcome back to SAYAM DRAWS Radio. So glad you could join me today. Just going to be animating that together. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the stream. Let's continue on this long and arduous project. It's long, but it's fun to do, to be honest. How has everyone been doing? I've been doing well. Not much has been, well actually a lot of things have been going on. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see a bunch of animal videos I've uploaded recently. That's just part of my daily life and daily routine. It's just a lot of animals. In Mexico, in the country, you will always find lots of animals. Out on the street, particularly. And I have a theory about that. I don't know if it's correct, so don't take my word for it, but I do believe it's because, people here, they don't have the kind of money to pay for a vet, right? They don't have money to pay for a vet, so they can't neuter their animals. So if you can't neuter them, what can you do? Your dog goes out, makes a litter of 10 pups. You can't take care of those pups no more. You can't feed all those. So you just let them out into the wild. And then those pups grow up. Some survive, maybe some don't. And they have kids, and those kids grow up. They have more kids, and so on and so forth. The cycle of life continues, basically. But, that's part of, I guess you could say, one of the perks of living in Mexico, at least in the countryside. You get to see a lot of these animals, and most of these animals do seem to be a bit starved physically, and also starved for attention, bit of love. So they're always very friendly. Always very friendly and very Well, to be honest, at first they will always be a bit apprehensive. Try to keep their distance, maybe even growl, even seem like they're gonna attack. But you sort of invite them, you know, and you kind of take your chances. Who knows, the dog could actually be a dangerous dog. But in my opinion, at least from what I've observed, these animals, you can really tell which ones are the ones that are just scared and the ones that are actually aggressive. From my experience, the ones that are actually aggressive are ones that they will just act. They won't put up a show barking and just standing there barking. If a dog does that, very likely. And of course, you know, I don't want anyone going out there and testing out my theories. Please don't. I'm just speaking experience, right? And this experience does not advocate action. So I'm just telling a story. Yeah, generally most of the time, they will just be scared. So they'll growl, run away, stuff like that. But some of them are a bit curious. Some of them are a bit... Even some of them are just eager, right, to meet somebody. And the ones that are eager to meet somebody are the ones that I will usually befriend. And they're just the most adorable animals. It's quite different from a more, I guess, industrialized and urbanized area, because in those areas the dogs are pampered, they go to spas, they're fed well, they've got attention all around, 24/7, so when you try to give them attention, they won't really take notice of it or really care at all. But these ones, since they don't get that, they will just sort of pounce at the opportunity to be loved. And it's sad in a way, but it's also very beautiful, and it's nice that I get the opportunity to show them a bit of love like that. And it makes me happy too that they eagerly accept my love, right? There's something interesting I saw today on Twitter. It was retweeted by my favorite YouTuber, Mamori Nezune. You can find her on my Twitter. I retweet and like a bunch of her tweets. It was some new McDonald's burger. And it was called tsukimi, not zucchini, but a Japanese word, tsukimi burger. And looked interesting. It just looked like a burger with egg in it. So basically a patty, cheese, and an egg. But what stood out about it was the trailer, not the trailer, the ad for the burger. I honestly don't know what it was about. I don't speak Japanese. I could probably understand a few simple phrases, right? Other than that, I know nothing. But the advertisement, this is what I've gleaned from it, from my, not from my knowledge of Japanese, but from, the visual story, right, that it told. So I guess there's some old dad and his grown daughter, and they live separately, right, because the daughter has her own life now. And the old dad is just going through the house, and he's reminiscing about the time when his daughter was little and still living with him. And he reminisces about how he would bring her McDonald's. Honestly, that kind of made me laugh. But the music, the atmosphere of the ad was actually very sad. It made me feel things. And it was just so emotional, so emotionally moving for a McDonald's ad. It's so different from what you would get in America or Canada or even Mexico. You wouldn't get a sort of an almost feature film like ad for a burger. Who does that? Well, apparently the Japanese do. And it's actually pretty damn good. The ad, I mean, I don't know about the burger. I haven't tried it. I'm not in Japan, so. But all of you who are able to, I hope you enjoy it. Because that ad, well, to be honest, it didn't make me want McDonald's. It just sort of made me want to see a movie about a dad who brings his daughter McDonald's. But the music, too, in that ad was quite something. It really made me feel things, not gonna lie. Okay, let's keep animating. opinion, some Japanese media is too sad for me. It's too real. In Hollywood movies, you can get a lot of sad movies for sure. For example, I can't think of any examples, but there's that one movie. What is it called? A Dog's Life? There's a few dog movies, I think, made by Hollywood that are pretty sad. Made a lot of people cry, I'm sure. But that's because, and this is my very uneducated opinion, for the following reason: I haven't watched A Dog's Life or any other sad dog movie. But this is my guess, that these movies are sad because they sort of dramatize the story. They dramatize the events. Again, this is just my guess, so take it with a lot of salt, because I'm just spitballing here. Now this I can say with a bit of more certainty, because I have seen sad, maybe not Japanese movies, but Asian movies. And they're sad because they are too... They sort of hit the part of the heart where you keep your experiences, maybe heartbroken experiences, or experiences of loss, or experiences of disappointment and failure. And they don't dramatize the events. It's not so dramatic. It's just real. And it's backed up with a lot of sad music, which in turn just intensifies the emotions of whatever experience they're trying to get at. If it's a rejection, a heart, there's a guy who likes a girl, and he does everything for her, but in the end, she chooses somebody else, right? And that's an experience a lot of people can relate to, and it doesn't necessarily need to be dramatized for you to understand the emotions behind it. You just see it, and you understand it. So, already, those emotions are brought up, but then they put in all this extremely sad music into the movie, and suddenly those emotions are amplified by 10. That's the way Japanese movies are. And that's just too sad for me. Because in my opinion, I don't watch movies to be reminded of real life. I watch movies to escape real life. It's a bit of an escapism for me, in my opinion. if a movie portrays too much real emotion for me, then I can't really get into it. There has to be some element of fantasy or creativity or just some kind of imaginative thing in it that separates it from reality. It must never be too real. Or else, what's the point of watching it? I might as well just go out and live my life, and I've already got the movie right there at my fingertips, don't I? Nice. It's got a nice bounce to it. Kind of like that. You know, one of my favorite shows is Peaky Blinders. And I use the word favorite a bit incorrectly here, because I saw it once, really enjoyed it, never saw it again. And yeah, in my opinion, if something is your favorite, you'll definitely go back to it. You'll probably go over it multiple times, right? I definitely have done that. For example, my favorite movie is A Few Good Men and The King's Speech. My favorite movies, both of them, of all time. Maybe third is Locke, but yeah, those two I watched like almost 5 times, I guess, each. Great movies, by the way. Peaky Blinders I only saw once, right? But I enjoyed the show. Number one, because of the crazy things that those gangsters get into, right? But another reason is for their voices, and it's not difficult to realize that they all pretty much talk the same. Very low, very gravelly, basically with a smoker's lung, but with a bit of charm at the same time. And, yeah, I really like that kind of voice. I do have a deep voice, but I've definitely heard deeper. But, yeah, I feel like my voice quality is a bit similar to how they speak in Peaky Blinders, so kind of like that fact. You know, it's a bit nice, right? All I need to do is talk with a British accent, which I'm terrible at. But yeah, that's, just another reason why I like that show. Alright, well, the think I'm going to call it a day here. We've only done 4 frames today. To be honest, this is the kind of pace that we've been going at lately. Which is not bad. It's fine to go slow. We will get this done though, eventually. But thank you guys so much for joining me on SAYAM DRAWS Radio. I hope that this was a relaxing stream for you. And I hope to see you again soon. Until then, I hope you have a great day or a good night. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.